Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Are we back?
Yes! There's no
Perfect
recap.
That
timing.
was so fast.
Perfect timing.
I hope you finish your dumplings.
No, I mean they're smoking hot sitting here in front of me.
We can recap what happened in the
Dumplings?
our episode last week, where
No.
Yeah, come on, Lulu, let us know.
Lulu. I ran out, I got hit, and then my people saved me, and then we argued for an hour.
Excuse me, my people?
This is Christian talking. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Samson's old buddy also got thrown into a hole, but we revived him. His name is Havelin, I think.
What is his name?
Havelin. Danny found it. This is not me.
Raina found it.
Right?
I did not find it. I don't do good notes. I had
I didn't take notes. I just found it in the last pod.
Oh,
Good
we're a
job.
mess.
It's okay, y'all. We're getting back to normal. It's cool.
So pretty much, if you weren't here for last episode, the only thing you missed is that we no longer have a tiny hut. Luden's looking a lot worse for wear, and we have a new friend. Otherwise, you're good. Also, Finn is currently keeping concentration
Tablin?
on a big old sunlight that is keeping the worm away.
I think it's Tavlin.
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 That's
I
what I
can't,
said.
I can't remember. He was a red shirt, so.
But no longer. Now he's an NPC we would die for.
Wait, now he's a pink shirt.
He's a friend of mine.
So
Red shirt.
All right.
we jump back in to the exact same spot that we were last session. You are all recouping from getting mauled once more by the wretch, who you have at bay at the moment, up in the corner, that you've kept at bay, been alive with your daylight spell. We have a new friend now who is battered and bruised, Tavlin, who is a mole, and has a friend who is also a mole upstairs that is still undiscovered. And you have been planning on what to do next. The ladder is still halfway up, and I will return the moment to you all now.
So, to recap the plan, just so we can remember, we are going to pull the guy that's at the very top on the ladder down. Esperise needs his voice, so she will obtain that. And then I will cast Pass Without a Trace, and then the clock starts, because we will have an hour where I will be able to concentrate. We will go to the armory or look throughout the halls to find a guard with the whatever magic on his hand, so that we can open the cell doors. Before this, we will probably turn ourselves invisible and continue to sleep. Then, as we get to the cell doors, somebody is going to speak into all of Priaria's family's minds as we try and open the doors, to tell them not to open their eyes, because the Wicked Witch of the West can see through them. Okay? After we get all of them out, we're going to feed them some ooze pie so that they turn into ooze. They're going to fit in Prey's pockets or everyone's pockets, at which point Fenelai will will use his spell slot to cast Pass Without a Trace as well, and we will book it as fast as we can back to the sewer top, where our friend here will be waiting as the guard. We will come down through the sewers. We will then run out. One of the two of you, and he points to Finn or Prey, is going to cast daylight or some sort of light to keep this thing far away from us as we try and run out. That is our very convoluted but very doable plan. Correct.
Simple.
No. I think it sounds very good. Just for clarification on what I'm doing, I am planning to be a guard the whole time until we start killing them, and then I won't be a guard anymore.
Yes. And I also have a question, just so that we're clear. Once the keys are on the guard's hands, right?
Yes.
how exactly are we going to deal with that particular fact?
Either we're gonna cut off his hand or we're gonna drag his body.
Both of those make a lot of noise.
If we do it right, it doesn't have to.
Not if you're not alive.
Okay, so
We hit hard and we hit
find
fast.
him, isolate him, kill him, take his hand.
My concern is if we take a guard from elsewhere, then once we arrive at the cell itself, there will be other guards there. Do we just get them to leave and we just surreptitiously have the hand somewhere on our person, or?
Remember, the other guards aren't supposed to be there because the Wicked Witch of the West is there.
Oh, okay.
No guards guarding her. So we just gotta be really sneaky for this to work. And invisible. Sneaky and invisible.
Sneaky and invisible.
For the first time, we should probably check for traps as we walk.
That is a brilliant idea.
Tavlin speaks up. There are some things that you should know about the Noknitsa. Should you encounter her? Don't you agree?
Okay, yeah. Should we encounter her?
Yeah.
Proceed.
She has sight that not only goes through those she has experimented on, but she can see through invisibility.
Yeah.
That is indeed good to know.
She is also telepathic.
She is a worthy adversary for the
Can
silence.
she see through magical disguise?
Yes.
Wonderful.
That
Yes,
is-
So there is no
specialized
hiding.
like Esper.
We like to, in this world, as well as the mortal plane, they call it true sight.
Yeah. But to our understanding, she will be in the cell, not walking around. Right?
She's currently in her lab, doing alchemical work on two of,
Yes, thank you.
That means we have to go in the lab too then, huh?
Okay, so maybe we should get Prey's family down here first.
Wait. Tavlin, where is the lab in relation to Prey's family? Like, is it right next to it, or?
yes.
Okay, so, and she's in the lab, which is right next to it. Okay.
So maybe we should get all of them that are in the cells out first, then go back and get the last two.
Nah, that's too risky.
We
We needed
could
this.
get the family that is safe, create distraction, and then go back for the remaining two.
I think, and he'll pull out the little pipes, the little rat pipes,
Okay.
and he'll look at Samson. He'll say, perhaps Samson and I should go in for after we get the guard, right, and do all of that, and we all do pass without a trace, and we turn invisible and everything, right? Samson and I go in first, get as far away from Prey's family as we can, a good distance, I guess. Use the pipes, cause a distraction, right? Hopefully it's loud enough and chaotic enough that it lures her away from the lab, leaving you. And then the plan goes as follows. You guys do what you got to do. Get Prey's family out of there. Worst case scenario, Samson turns me to a tree, and again, we bust the hell out of here. Everybody makes it out.
I did want to burn down the armory.
Okay.
Perhaps that.
If
Fine.
we look, if she has true sight, then we make her look at something else, right?
So do we want to do that first then?
Yes, that's why I think me and Samson should go in first. After we get the guard and turn invisible and cast Pass Without Trace, me and Samson go in. I use the pipes. Once we're inside, the rats come, swarm, we cause chaos, yada yada. Then you guys go in.
My concern would be if we make chaos, then wouldn't it be, make sure nothing is happening with the prisoners, or we feel very confident that they won't do that?
I think that. So, Esperise, can you message
That is a good
in
point.
here?
I'm gonna quickly message to Luden. Does it work? I message is, does it work? Is it working?
Testing.
It's working. You're
Okay.
not. Yeah, you're not. You're still down in the sewers. So yeah, it works.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try it again once we get upstairs.
Okay. Awesome. Well, what we should do is then we should be in position or ready so that when everybody is running that way, we can literally be running the opposite way. We shouldn't have to wait because once y'all are fighting, I don't know how many hits y'all can take, even as a treant, but y'all are gonna be taking a lot. Fog cloud might work like last time, Samson, what you did before. I have no idea, but all that to say, we need to be like up there and getting them out immediately because if they open their eyes, it's still gonna be the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. They still need to keep their eyes closed. Yes.
Yeah, no, I have two questions. What is the escape strategy for you two? Are you just going to wait for us to come back?
We'll think of something.
Okay.
Can you use the door again?
Use the door?
I believe it would be called the dimension door outside of this current.
No, we can't because you can't do any teleportation in this entire area. Yeah, otherwise this would be much easier.
We won.
Your paints aren't gonna work either, right? That's technically magic in that.
I think no. You can use
They
magic.
don't work
I think
on
you'd be able
the
to paint a
on the
doorway.
cells. They just don't work on the cells.
Oh, okay. Maybe you could make the rats chew off somebody's hand and bring it to us.
That's morbid.
I mean,
Okay,
it's just an idea.
How about this? How about we kill this guard real quick, and then we all go together to the armory, figure out our target, lure them out, slice them up, grab the hand, and then we start all of this distraction stuff because we have the key and everything can go right.
Yeah, I like that once we have the hand, then we work from there.
It's extra steps, but it is safer, I think.
Yeah. I do have a question for Tavelin. Is this right? Tavelin, do you remember your name, Tavelin?
What can I do here for?
Here we go.
I've ate my dumplings. They were, my God, were they sublime.
Berries.
What is the company culture like? If you were the conversations that you've been having for months now.
We got great PTO.
Really?
No.
If I were to come up and speak to one of them, would it be more convincing to say, "Hey, old friend, I wanted to have a conversation outside," or would it be more convincing to say something like, "Hey, we have unfinished business"? Like, what are these people like? How should I?
Not sure if you should ask him. He did get caught, didn't he?
Tavlin just kind of gives you a look, Akron.
Here, Akron, cast daylight on a couple of these arrows for me real quick. Just take it.
I begin casting daylight on a couple of
Certainly
arrows.
not a friendly environment, if that's what you mean. It's very aggressive, upfront. Don't like to waste time. You certainly don't greet anyone friendly.
Just
Are they
pretend to
all
be-
scared shitless of Elrixes?
Who isn't?
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Now, step one. Everything has to go right here. He cannot speak. He cannot talk when we pull him through the hole, or else it's all sucks anyway. So like it's
Do we
over.
want to turn invisible first?
Won't he see?
No, most invisibility that you guys have, if you take any actions, it will immediately drop. So we want to do that after we fight somebody.
Okay.
Won't he see the daylight if you crack the door open a little?
Yeah, but hopefully that will bring them over.
Okay. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do
Why
it. We can
don't
do
you
this.
guys just go up the ladder? Just go up the ladder!
It's okay.
Lauren, lives are on the
Enter
line.
the first room!
Very many lives.
Lives are on the line, all right?
All right.
We're taking
We're
this
very
very
scared in this dungeon.
All right. Who's coming up with, like, who has the strongest strength to pull this man? Ludin just looks at everybody's biceps.
I'm pretty strong.
Right?
Well,
I'm
Let's
rocking a
just sneak up.
16.
Let's just sneak up a ladder and see what we see.
We're gonna have the
to go
paladin
first?
and the cleric at the top of the ladder because they both have
Yeah.
strength 16, and the rest of us are not.
Yeah, why don't you go
Wait,
first,
and the
Zach?
Finn,
What?
you've got a 16 strength?
I have a 15. I'm not as strong as you, Akron.
Well, why don't you go first, Akron?
Okay, Jim Ray, I see you.
So if I remember, the ladder is kind of high, so I will prepare to boost Akron up so that he can reach the ladder.
Maurice,
And
can
go
you
there.
fly up
It's
there? and
up
just-
like 50 feet.
Okay, I
got this,
boost him
Esperus?
50 feet.
50 feet. Yeah.
He
I'm
gives
gonna,
him a
throw-
booty
he
I'm
boost.
gonna
throws
fly
me?
up there, and I'm gonna tie off a rope for everybody to start hoisting up.
All you have to do is like there's like a lever. It's kind of like a fire escape, you know, like you pull the lever and it just kind of like slides down.
Okay, I'll do that, and I'll make eye contact with the long Furby at the end of the hallway, like the whole time as I'm pulling the lever.
The long Furby.
That's what it looks like.
Now you looking
Long
up, you see there's a grate. You see there is a grate up where the manhole is.
Uh-huh.
So you could see up into the room if you wanted.
I
without
want to
opening it up.
use my special eyes while everybody's going up the rope, assumedly.
Okay.
See if there are any traps or anything on the grate itself, or if it's just a regular ass grate. I know we need to pick a lock, I think, but
Yes.
No,
Go
we have
ahead
no
and make
locks.
an investigation check for me.
Prey has paints. All locks are useless.
and my special eyes give me advantage because I'm not that smart, but I can try. Okay. Oh really? Oh yay!
Sure.
Oh, it's an 11. Maybe somebody else wants to investigate. Great.
My queen, would you like to check for
What are you
traps?
investigating?
I could also do it. Don't-
Looks fine.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like a grate. I'm gonna hover to the side as other people head up the ladder because I'm not going first anyway. I'm made of little castor bones.
All right, go ahead, Akron.
Is nobody else going
Hey,
to check for
hey,
traps?
can we maybe we should establish stealth? Maybe that'd be a good idea before we head on up. Can we do that as a group?
Yeah, and I'm guessing like you help like it slide down very quietly, Esperis, because it is metal and it like as like the wheels are turning, it's like.
So Rix can invest in some WD-40 for her dungeon.
It's a gross old ladder. It's a grody ladder. Yeah, let's establish stealth, please, with
Establish.
This
cheese.
is a bit weird.
We're
What level are you guys
casting
again?
Cast
9?
Without a trace yet, right?
No.
What level are you guys?
12.
No.
12.
I'm definitely not doing that. Oh yeah, 12.
Oh, thank fuck.
We are level 12, and I rolled a 12.
We
I
are
got
not
20 total though.
stealthy at all.
Oh my god.
14.
14.
Oh, this is not good.
It's
Okay.
not terrible.
12, 14.
I rolled an 8, bruh.
20.
15.
That's your total?
Yes.
19.
Okay.
We're quiet.
4 plus 4.
16 digits.
Okay. I'm missing somebody.
What are the numbers you have so far?
Let me give
We
me
got
make it
12.
Samson,
12.
Esperis,
20.
Akron,
8.
Finn.
14.
Okay. Luden.
Lewin.
19.
And Prey.
16.
Tied. So meets
Yeah, baby.
Good job,
barely
guys.
barely made it, guys.
Y'all carried me through
Great
that. I
start.
appreciate it.
You who rolled the highest?
I got a
That's
20.
great.
Can I say,
You got a 20?
Akron, how are you having a hard time getting up that ladder?
Yes. How do you help Akron? What's happening? And how do you help him, Esperis?
Okay. Oh, I know exactly how it happened. So like if y'all remember Akron, he doesn't wear shoes, right? And so but since we've been down here in this quite frankly disgusting sewer, he's realized, you know, what they're good for and how useful they are. But he's not really used to them yet. So with his new shoes, as he's climbing this ladder, he slips because he's used to the grip that his bare feet usually have, and he slips and almost falls, and so he kind of yelps, which is why he fails the check. But his armor, the vines on his armor, kind of reach out and wrap around the bars instinctively, and so it kind of steadies him so he doesn't fall all the way down.
Esperise is fully not using the ladder because she's floating, and she'll just look behind you, push you back onto the ladder. Are you full like kit mittens, cats, and shoes right now? Or you're just
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm full on ghillie suit, like. That's how I stealth. Yeah, just foliage and leaves and stuff. Quiet foliage and leaves.
Esperise just catches you, gently places you back on the ladder, and floats back up a little bit.
I'll give you a silent thumbs up.
So you all begin making your way up the ladder. Who's at the very top? Esperise, did you kind of fly off and doesn't look trapped?
I think Akron and Finn were going to be at the top because they're beef boys, right?
Yeah, I think I was leading the charge, so let's do this thing. Can I make my own investigation check and check the chat?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you, DM.
Anybody want to help while you're up there?
I'll help. I'm right behind you. I'll look over your shoulder.
Is that it? That's advantage, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm not very
God.
helpful.
Oh my God, that's yeah. Okay, whatever. I can take
Traps.
it. No traps,
What did you roll?
A 10.
Doesn't look trapped.
Does it look trapped?
Doesn't look trapped.
I walk into the
I walk into the
trap.
It wasn't
you
trapped when she
notice-
threw him in here. Like when she threw him in here a minute ago, he wasn't trapped. So
I mean,
Feel like
like
she
I've
closed-
said
that
before,
was 3
maybe it's
minutes.
attuned to her blood.
She closed it and then reset the trap.
All right, guys, we
she
made it
took
to the
trap
door.
off,
Okay, we're
threw
here.
him in.
We're making progress. Okay,
So we are in the room. Has anything terrible happened to us?
open the door.
It's locked. It's
It's
still
a-
locked. Like
it's a
still
grate, right? So
It's a
even with a
grate,
10,
yeah.
we can look through the
Yeah, you
grate
can look
itself
through
and
it.
see.
You can, yeah, definitely.
Even with the 10, I'm assuming we don't see a guy moving around in there. But like, what's the vibe?
So you all begin climbing up this the sludge and rust-covered ladder. Akron, since you're at the top, all of you, like the muck is just squishing and squelching between your knuckles, dripping down to the floor below. And there is a large grate that you can see through the bars, kind of looking up. The room looks to be about 45 by 20 feet. 45 feet by 25 feet. It's filled with crates, large sacks, wooden chests, and more. And with your passive investigation, it looks to be kind of like a storage room of some sort. And at the far corner, it's hard to see at this angle, but there looks to be a hallway. And as you kind of like look, you can see that there is a lock with a mechanism that goes around attached on the other side of the grate.
All right, Bray.
A lock with a mechanism.
Bray, can you pass the paints up so that Akron can paint a little hole so that it's a hole there, and then we can just have the lock just fall off.
On the grate?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Here. She'll just pat around like she doesn't know where her keys are, and she'll produce one of the paints, probably blue, and she'll just pass it up.
Does Mountain just hold it up to her? Like, here it is.
We all pass Mountain.
Yeah. Here it is, Mom.
Oh my
But
God! I
Mountain-
brought you to war. I'm a terrible mother.
Yeah. He's got like a tube of paint like this.
Let Mountain paint it.
He's just squishing it, and it just goes, and he's just.
Baby, no. Oh, darling, no.
I'll just take a little bit off of them and then put
Straight
it on the.
paint off, baby.
All right, so you reach your hand up through and begin rubbing it on the lock.
Mm-hmm.
As you rub it on the lock, you hear something snap to the left, and just. You keep going?
Sure, why not?
I guess you triggered the trap.
Yeah.
That was supposed to shoot you.
Does No, I stopped.
My arm's getting tired, Akron. Hurry up. We're all on this mutual ladder together.
I heard a noise, and God asked me if I wanted to keep going.
Akron,
We can't go back.
seriously, we literally cannot go anywhere else.
I continue. I drill
You
a hole.
continue.
Yes.
You hear another snap, and then you hear like the bar, like you see the top bar, the 2-3 top bars begin to retract into the side of the ladder, and then another bar begins to retract inside of the ladder. What are you doing?
I say, everyone hold on to something. The bars are retracting.
You really
I say that as I reach up and grab onto the grate, and I try to shake it. Does the grate open? Does it move?
It does move. It's heavy though. You need that bar to push it up, and it's kunchin, kunchin.
Give me a strength check.
Okay,
Okay, strength check.
Luden, while this is going on, because he doesn't want to die, pulls out his rope and ties it to each side of the grate, making his own little rope ladder, so that he has something to hold on to on each side of the wrongs.
I'm also going to assume that I'm close to Prioria. I give her a quick hug around the side. I pull out my immovable rod and click it and stand on it so that I'm holding her and standing on the immovable rod.
What am I doing? Am I doing athletics?
I'm currently
Athletics.
flying. I'm going to delicately hip check Finn so that he is also on the immovable rod. I can't lift this man, but I can push him around a little.
All right, that works.
All of you who are doing this, I need. Look, my hair went away. I need an athletics or acrobatics check from you.
I'm
not talking
Can
about
I
you,
give Finn
Samson.
advantage on an athletics check because I'm just
like-
assisting him essentially?
Yeah.
Good, because I suck at both of those.
All right, what did you get, Akron?
I rolled a 9. Can I roll in D&D Beyond now?
Yeah, I'm rolling a D&D Beyond.
Because this is ridiculous. I haven't rolled anything. I haven't rolled double digits yet.
You can roll in D&D Beyond,
Thank you.
but not for this roll.
No, that's
You've already
fine. Yeah,
rolled.
this is the last roll I'm rolling in Foundry, though.
You try to push it up, and like
And I fail miserably.
the bar begins to retract, and you lose your grip. You're sliding down. You slide down to whoever's beneath you. I'm guessing it's Finn, and you're toppled onto him.
Shit, sorry.
I got you.
Everyone, what were your dex checks to see if you're able to?
Was I rolling a dex check too?
Was it
Oh
a
Jesus!
dex check or an athletics?
Regardless. It's an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following.
So if we're on the pole,
Wait, is
does
it a
that make
check or a save?
difference?
It's a dex save.
You originally said it was
everyone
an
gets a
athletics
plus
or an
3?
acrobatics check.
Oh, it's a save?
Yes, it's athletics or acrobatics check.
check. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, check.
Okay.
So I'm just staying there, so I don't really have to do anything, right?
No, you're good.
All right, so
you
I've
got
got-
Prioria.
So like I'm holding it. I've given Prioria a hug. I placed the immovable rod down flat, clicked it, put both my feet on it, so that like we're just hanging out there, waiting.
Yeah, you're basically holding onto the pole and then like standing on the rod.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Big
little
advantage.
confused. Oh, okay. So I'm also doing okay.
Because essentially you were falling down and I moved you so you would be on the immovable rod, but whether or not you land on it is up to you.
Yes.
So athletics advantage. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, 20. Unnatural 20.
You try to like coordinate with Esperie. She grabs onto you. You're looking around frantically. The bar pulls out, and you see that like as Samson clicks the immovable rod, you kind of like swing with Esperie and her body motion, and you're able to like stand on the rod and like grab around the pole, or grab around Samson and Prioria. And at this point, you guys are like, there's no
The
there's no
three of
more
us
room
are-
over here.
Well, the three of us are in the biggest of group hugs, like just all hugging one another. It's great.
Unfortunately, Brent, Akron, and Ludin, with your fails, you grab onto the other pole, and you begin to slip and fall. You fall down to the pole, the handle beneath. You begin to go back down frantically as you can, and the last one retracts, and you two do fall.
I wasn't holding on to the pole. I will say that. If anything, my rope wouldn't have just was tight enough. But that's why when it started retracting or anything like that, that's why I was tying it to the pole itself. I'm fine with still falling, but I wouldn't hold it.
It's a vertical pole, though. How do you tie a rope to a vertical pole?
Okay.
Really hard.
When you have a ladder.
It'd be really hard.
When the ladder.
To do that fast, yeah.
When a ladder, is it on 2 rungs or is it just attached to the wall?
It's 2 rungs, it's like hanging from the ceiling, like 2 poles hanging from the ceiling.
So my rope would literally, because I was 2 things below them or 3 people down, I was just tying it to this rung and then tying it to this rung while I was still on it. So then regardless, as it retracted, the rope's gonna stay there. So I was just gonna hold on to the rope.
That makes sense because it's on both sides and then the rope is still across.
Yeah. But I'm okay with falling if you guys didn't get that. But that's why I said I'm just tying the ropes to the rungs and not falling.
It's sludgy, slippery. I don't think it would hold.
Okay.
I don't think it would hold. I don't think it would have the friction that you would need to hold for it to hold.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that you and Akron do slip and fall. At that point. You're gonna take. Let's see, you take 22 bludgeoning damage as you slip. You try to grab on. You try to wrap the rope. The rope begins to slide through that slippery sludge, and you both of you fall down back to the floor below.
You said 22?
Hmm?
You said 20...
22.
22. Yeah.
Yes. Esprit, did that paint stuff work? Is it actually unlocked now, or we just triggered the trap, or?
I believe it is unlocked, but the grate itself is very heavy. Akron was trying to open it, that's why he could not find his footing. Should I try to lift them or tie off on the grate so they can get up? Because I'm not very strong.
I could try it, but wait. Okay, so you'll hear Ludin and Akron down. You'll hear in your head, "Are you guys okay?"
My arm hurts, and I'm wet.
Do you need to figure out a way to get back up here? You know what? It's fine. We got this. Esprit, let's do this.
Well, but we're not leaving them down there. What is we've got?
No, but we have to bring the guy back down anyway.
Oh, so we just throw him down. We just throw him down to them. Can you tell them just kill him? Are they
okay? Be ready for the guard to come down your way. We'll come down too. But we're gonna throw him down to you, and then you can you know what to do.
Wait, make sure you hear his voice, obviously.
Yeah, ask him if he has any last words, I guess.
Who cares about that? I mean,
I need to hear his voice.
Are you
we'll be big scary humans, grrr.
In your heads, are you talking?
I think so.
In heads,
yeah.
Just
silent right now.
I'm just trying to be quiet.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Go for it.
Pick himself up, click his thing, go to a corner, hold his action to absolutely obliterate the dude as he falls 100 feet.
Would you like to rage?
I would, but if it was possible, Ludin might go barbarian.
As Ludin gets up, I'm gonna how much was it? 22. I'm gonna use lay on hands and heal him up.
All the way 22. You're gonna use 22 points of healing.
So, is the grate unlocked now?
The grate is unlocked. And as you guys are kind of all standing huddling there, you hear a shifting from up above, as and some footsteps.
I'm gonna use message to because Finali's not allowed to use any spells at this point, so I'm going to be talking to Samson and pray. Do any of you have, like, I don't know, lasso or something to just drag this guy? Or are we going to have to grab him physically? I'm talking to all of you. I'm just casting message like 3 times because I don't have anything that can do this, but...
We could lure him.
Anything?
How so?
Well, we heard how Elrix's sounds. I could try and imitate it. Is that stupid?
No, I don't think it's stupid. It's just...
Would he believe she is Sylvan?
That's a good...
On the bloody hell? You all, those of you standing on the movable rod, you see the light and you see a face looking down at the grate. Let me see what your passive investigation is real quick. It's not great. Well, no, Samson, yours is really good. But the rest of you, it looks like he's looking right at you. With your passive investigation, Samson, you're smart enough to realize that it's so dark down here that kind of like looking into headlights, you know? Like, he can't, you get the sense he can't see you. Like, he doesn't look like he's focusing on anyone in particular, but he's looking down and he begins to like, he looks like he's investigating the lock for a moment.
Again, using message again. Okay, so if you're going to do it, now would be the time to do it, Finn, probably.
How close are we?
How close are we to him?
You're about 30 feet away. And he begins to put, you're probably like 30, 40 feet away, yeah.
Okay.
He begins to move his hand and you hear and he begins to move his arms to cast a spell.
Finn's going to try to use the actor feat and try to imitate Elrix's voice, I guess. All right. My most trusted guard, come down here immediately.
He freezes. And he looks behind him.
Inspiration?
Yo, Brandon, we're down here about to murder this dude.
Do you not know what happened?
Yeah, but I really want Finn to succeed at this.
He doesn't say anything. And he begins to continue to cast.
We found a rat in our ranks, and I threw him down here. I want to go see if he's dead.
He holds a globe of light in his hand for a moment as he finishes casting, and he goes, "You know, that's very interesting considering I just passed you in the hallway." And he sends the...
Is he...
I would like to shoot him.
He's leaning over this hole, like you can see him.
Shoot him.
Just grab him.
I will shoot him.
Just grab him and pull him down.
What are you doing?
The grate is still in the way.
No, he
lifted it up. He lifted it up. There's no break there anymore.
Shoot me up. We're gonna grab him. We're gonna grab him. Shoot me up.
The great
pulled it up, and he was casting light, and he looks like he's about to send light down into the tunnel to see who you are.
Can Finalai use his feet to get the deception check with advantage, or is that not possible?
It's an impossible roll. She literally just walked past him in the hallway.
That's totally fine. Just grab him.
He's not he's not that dumb. It's an impossible roll.
And it's okay.
Hey,
he's already dead. Just grab it.
Can I try something?
Sure.
So I have a spell called Sapping Sting. And if it hits, the creatures fall prone. Do I think if that did that, he might fall through the grate? Maybe?
Yeah, he might. At this point, because you want to do something and because Christian wants to do something, you're both going to need to make initiative rolls for me.
Okay. I'm rolling in D&D Beyond. So
I rolled a 16.
I rolled a 21.
All right, so Christian will get to loose his arrow.
Cool.
It is a roll to hit.
Uh, 18.
I believe that does hit.
Cool. And
Yep, that hits.
I'm using a murder fey arrow.
Okay.
So I don't know what that does, but that is 12 plus.
You get murders fate.
Let's hope so. And then I need a D4 in Foundry because it doesn't want to do that. That is 15 damage.
15 damage, an extra D4.
Okay, extra D4 is 17 damage.
He the light just kind of floats there above the hole, and he goes, "Got some fighters in ya." And he begins to take the grate and he begins to try to lower it. At this point, Samson.
Yeah, so I'm 30 feet away because I'm on the move rod. So I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Sap and Sting. I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a natural 1.
Okay, so I'm sitting there. I'm holding all my friends, and we're standing on the move rod. We all have our feet within 8 inches of one another. I reach out and just cast a spell at him. There's this, faint orangish fey magic. He takes 9 necrotic damage and falls prone.
Holy shit! He has like 1 hit point left.
Great falls on top of him and kills him.
He's going to shut the grate, and like you cast the spell, and it immediately like he locks up, and he begins to like lurch forward and like fall through the hole, and the grate does shut behind it, like just close behind him and clangs shut, and he falls through, and just. Do you guys do anything, or you just let him fall past you?
We're gonna try.
I cling closer to the wall so he doesn't knock me over.
All right, Akron, let's do our thing.
He
already spoke.
He falls past you, and like he crunches right into the muck and grime and the bones beneath the ladder, and like there's a little bit of a, and then he like a last exhale.
Ludin will go over and loot the body and see if any hand mark has. Oh yeah, we've already been told he doesn't have one. Still, I'm gonna check and see if he has any type of keys or any type of anything, for any areas that he's supposed to be at.
He had you kind of make an investigation check for me, please.
Hey Akron, come over here and help me real quick.
Oh, I do.
Did somebody want his outfit?
I was gonna say, what's his armor look like?
Oh, I didn't even need that help. That's a 25. D&D Beyond, thank you.
Present, so I don't need to be honest, unless one of the others of you wants to be disguised.
You sift through. Let me go ahead and delete this guy off the board because he's dead. You sift through and you're kind of looking around. You do find like daggers on him. He's wearing very dark clothing, that like cloak that kind of swashes around his front. You see a emblem on the right side of his breastcoat pocket, kind of covered. Half of it's kind of covered in blood. And you also find 10 gold pieces, and let me get my notes here. And that's it. But you do see that emblem on him.
All right, Ludin is going to start stripping the dude down.
Wait. Can you roll him over for me for a second? Just front.
Just like
Awesome.
You see that?
And Esper's is like floating in the air and just with the magic item that Urmir gave her floating in midair, she turns into that guy.
Perfect. Yeah, Ludin's gonna start stripping him down, and then he's gonna be like comparing the sizes to Akron. Does it look like the uniform will fit Akron?
It will if he takes off his armor.
Oh, you out of your mind.
If you will it fit me? Will
I mean,
fit me?
it's okay. Hold up. Now it's cast off armor, right? So can I cast it off, put this on, but be able to cast it back on if need be?
You'll have to carry it with you.
I don't care if it destroys. I don't care if it destroys the outfit, but like, you know, if the
you would have to carry it under your arm.
I mean, it's magic. It can't like turn into a backpack or something. It's magical armor.
A little seedling.
I mean,
in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it fit me?
It will fit. It will.
I got to take off my armor too.
These are elves. They have very small figures, so it will fit. It will
we're
fit
jacked,
small
bro.
figures.
Like
yeah, we're just look. We're humans. That's what it is. They're tiny little elven bones and bodies.
Bust out of his armor.
It'll fit Fenelon. It'll probably fit Esperis. The rest of you, and of course Samson. It'll fit Samson as well, and it will fit Tavlin.
No offense to my Fey armor, but
what is Tavlin wearing? What is Tavlin wearing?
He's wearing the garb. He's wearing the same garb.
Cool. All right, Akron. Come on.
Tavlin kind of looks at you, and he watches Esperis, and he kind of nods, and he does change his face as well. Someone who's not here at the moment, but has been stationed elsewhere.
Good job. Akron, come on.
I'm not taking my armor off.
Akron, you're about to walk in there, and you're supposed to be having a distraction. Okay? The best distraction, maybe they will think you're one of them. Not attack you immediately. Your armor can come back on to you at any point. Just, I'll hold on to the crap for you, but like, put this on.
Am I gonna be able to put my armor back on in like an action or what? Am I gonna be able to cast it back on, Lauren?
I will allow you to make it like, I don't know, like a pod or something, but you'll have to use your full action.
I like to imagine that the armor like turns into like a Rolex on his
so
wrist
cool
or
with
something.
That, yes.
Like it comes down, like it shrinks and becomes like he's like
around and then
it wraps like it's just like just on his forearms, like he's got a choker now.
He looks like a completely different person.
What's Akron's hair? Is it like just a hair bead hanging out there in the dreads or something, or like what's the look?
Not in the neck.
What his hair? I feel he just has like really long nappy dreads. Like
could he have like a couple of those, like really stoned out kind of
got like a Captain Jack
Sparrow uncoils all over?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It comes, his luscious locks come flowing down and everything.
Yeah.
It is
Ludwig will take out like his water skin, try and wash in the blood a little bit, and just be like, and wipe it off and be like, here you go.
Can our
felt more mortal?
And I'm guessing Esperis probably prestidigitates the blood off of these outfits as well.
Yeah, I also take some time to gather everybody's ropes and like tie it off to something at the top so everybody can start climbing up.
Yeah, if Esperis goes up there and does the rope up there, I'll tie a rope to the movable rod so it's like 50 feet down, then 50 feet, the rest of 30 feet, so that we can shimmy on up.
Shimmy.
So Akron and Samson are going in first, right?
Well, first we have to open the grate. Come on.
Without trace, stealth checks.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
No, not yet. We have Akron. We have literally 1 hour from the moment I cast Pass Without a Trace. We need as much time as we can get.
I think Esperis is going first as the god, and then we're gonna try to get as many out, and then the distraction is just for the two. Like Akron and I are going to basically pull the mother of hags away from everyone so that the rest of you can get the last two out. And then Akron and I are going to escape. And I have some fun plans. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I mean, my thought process is, and feel free to disagree, this is just where I'm at, is that we go, we get the hand, we figure all that out, we find where the cell is. Once we have found the cell, then Akron and Samson will go off and make the distraction. We wait until she leaves. We are not in her line of vision in any way, and then the rest of the group that is not Samson and Akron do what we have to do. Does everyone agree with it?
Yeah.
So
I think that's a winner. That's a winning plan.
you guys begin climbing up the rope like in old-fashioned gym class, which I never did, but I've seen it in movies. And you
I did it
begin
in
kind of like
elementary school.
I try not
I'm
to
sure you
flex
did it
too
in
much so the armor
stunt
doesn't
school
break.
too.
Yeah, I remember that.
You,
That's fun, though.
Akron, you definitely like you look like you're wearing a silk shirt that's a little bit too tight.
It's a medium, baby.
Yeah.
The cloak, if you pull your arms in a little bit, the cloak just kind of covers up some of the more tight parts of your chest, where like the fabric is just kind of like very taut.
Finn stares.
At one point, there's probably a small tear underneath your armpits from like climbing, but like,
Cast mending later whenever we get there.
It's fine. It's fine.
and you make your way up. Who's
mending.
at the very top? Who gets to the who?
It like does the Captain America peck touch of casting mending.
I assume it would either be Finn, Akron, or me.
I think,
Finn and
yeah.
I have the same strength.
Whoever is in the front is going to need to make a strength check to move that grate.
Well, Esperis is the only one who can get up there right now, so it has to be up to Esperis.
I mean, I made the rope
Aren't we
that goes
climbing?
up there, right? Can people
Yeah, we
not climb
climb
up
up
there?
Are you gonna
Yeah.
tie it to the grate, and then we're gonna hang from it while you pick it up?
It's true. Is there something else I can tie it to up there, or is the grate the only thing?
Once you open it up, you might be able to tie it to something.
Hey, Esperis,
Cool.
how about you take an arrow, and if then you don't have to push it all the way up, use it as a fulcrum, and just like a lever, push it open after you get it wedged underneath there. You know. I believe in you.
Just push it. Just push it. Just push it.
It's really strong, Reese. You just don't know it.
Hole in the floor.
Hey, Akron, give us some words of life.
It's
or
like-
something.
Oh,
It's like
now
50
you want me to
pounds.
use an inspiration?
Here's the thing, Lauren. Espris is gonna keep going until it works. Is this roll just to see how long it takes? Okay.
Yeah, this is just how long it takes Esperis to push it up with her little wings and her strength.
Just a buzzing, just like
We already killed the guy. Can I just do it? Just
You can't.
Well,
You
we-
can't, you
there's
can't
no
get
way
Get
for
up.
us to
I'm the
get
only
there.
one that can get up there because I can fly.
There's no more rungs to like climb up.
Yeah,
Oh,
she has
that's-
to.
Oh
she
yeah,
has
it's
to
a
go.
4, baby.
Esperis, you struggled. Would you like to describe this like girl push-up struggle that you?
So at first I just try to push it, just like arms up, and then I do the back thing, and then at some point Luden like is holding up this arrow, so I go down and get it, and I snap the arrow in half, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I go and I get another one, and I wedge that in there, and then I use my back, and I'm like, the little dragonfly wings are all like bent and everything as I'm trying to open it up. And at some point I just really undignified have to be like squatting upside down on the ceiling and just my way up to get it a little bit open, and then I just wedge the arrow in there and then kick it upwards, and it's not fully like open, but then I'm able to slip out and open it the rest of the way from the outside. It's a full like 5-minute endeavor that you guys are just sitting there underneath.
Awkwardly watching, like, don't pull with your back. She's gonna be really sore later.
I look over at Luda, like, she's doing great.
I mean, yeah.
But you still look you still look like the guy, right? Your wings
I
are
look
kind of like
the
in.
dude.
So you fly up into the room, and you do see that there are kind of like hooks, or not hooks, but they look kind of like those I don't know what they're called. They look like what are on ships, you know, like on the portholes that are kind of like loops around. So you could tie it onto that. As you land and you begin taking the rope, you hear footsteps behind you approaching.
Cool. I'm gonna tie it off real casually, send a message of "Do not come up" to Samson, because I know that he will make sure everything happens. I'll send it to Finn because he can get it into everybody else's head silently, and Samson can't. Right? Do you have a message, Samson? Would I know it? Okay,
Yeah.
I give it to Samson then. And then I just real casually.
You see, at some, it takes a second, the footsteps coming down the hall. an elven woman within the same garb with the badge, very slim form features, long ears, and a very stern, serious face. She walks in, she goes, "Oh,
Hi.
right. I heard there was a clang.
Oh,
Is he dead down there?"
that's kind of the thing, really. I'm pretty sure he's dead. But I don't know if you were there, like a fortnight ago. It was friendly, just a little bit of like, I owe you this, I owe you that, let's play a couple of games. And he never really gave me the money, so I'm hoping he has it on him. It's a little morbid, I guess, but I was just gonna skip down there and see.
Make a deception check.
Okay. I'm disguised as him. Do I have advantage or is it just straight?
It's straight, but the DC is lower.
Okay. Okay.
It's a great lie. An excellent lie.
23.
Out to loot a buy for my money.
She's just kind of like, right. I mean, if he has anything on him, you might want to, you mind sharing with me? And I won't tell. You know, we're not supposed to go down there.
I know, it's just, she was kind of just in here. We had a little bit of a chat, so I don't think she's coming back in, but I'll give you a third.
I'll take a third.
Excellent. All right, I'll see you in just a minute. I'll actually see you in the, are you heading off to lunch soon? What area are you going to be in?
Oh, nope, Ned says she's in the middle of, pulling more blood from some of those furbolgs, so
Yeah.
she's gonna need some help in a little bit. I think I might head over there after I'm done, squeezing the lemon, but,
Okay, that makes sense. When's that? Should I be heading over?
It's maybe in a half hour or so.
Okay. Okay, well, it might take me a hot second because I did hear, those big things. I heard some slurping down there, so it might take me a hot second. But next time I see you, I'll give you a third, okay?
Don't die. There's a wretch down there.
Yeah, I know. I got my light thing, I've got all this stuff in order. I'll see you soon.
All right, well, don't take too long. Can only distract you for so long before they wonder where you go and you need to be at your post.
No, I know. I will be. I'll get you your third and I'll be at my post and all that. Carry on then. Good looking out.
She turns and she begins walking out, and she does close the storage gate behind, but she doesn't lock it because obviously.
Oh, okay.
And you listen as her footsteps kind of pitter patter off down the hallway, and you are left alone in here.
I'm gonna message Samson. Okay, come on up. Don't worry about it. I'm tie off the thing that I was tying there.
So as the rope falls, I'm like, great. Hey, if you two could just climb up real quick so I could send them the rope, that'd be great. Just boost.
All right, so you guys begin making your way back up for the third time. I think third time, second time. I won't make you re-roll athletics checks again. But you guys make your way up. It takes you a sec, but you do make your way up. You finally make it into the room, and you're able to kind of see what's in here. This storeroom of sorts. You see stacked up. There is a stack of pillory. As you guys take a minute and kind of calm down, there is a stack of pillory. The wood is very dark, as kind of like rotted moss, and inscribed with Sylvan runes. Some of them where the head and the wrists are placed, you can see dark stains into the wood. Gathering what these have been used. You see these have been used many times before. You also see thick iron pounded into the inner rings where the wrist and the neck are placed. And about 4 inches along each corner of the pillory, you see steel rings, making a total of 4 on each individual pillory. Does everyone know what a pillory is before I continue on?
The stalks.
Look it up real quick.
I
think so.
It's like a board for your wrists, and then the whole, it's like stalks.
Stalks? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's iron lining the inside of the neck as well as the wrists. And then of course there's the edges where loops where it looks like it hangs, and then it has some sort of Sylvan inscription on them.
Is that important? Can I read it and see if there's anything of importance for the inscriptions?
I think everyone can read it except me and or me and Akron, unless Akron can read Sylvan too now.
You can read it, but you're not sure what it means. Those with proficient with Arcana can make an Arcana check for me, who can also read it. It says, your sun has set.
Oh, I totally speak Sylvan.
And you'll never see the light of day again.
I got a 23, but that seems pretty clear to me.
Well, that's what the inscription says, but there's arcane runes around the inscription.
Okay.
So that's
I
what
got
the
a
arcane
23
check
on my Arcana check.
With your Arcana check and kind of looking at this this pillory, you look over it and you notice that these runes cut off all magic use. All magic.
I looked at it. It doesn't look super portable, but that would be a handy thing for us to have.
You also see various crates in this room. You see Tavlin. He looks like he's looking for a certain crate. He's kind of moving around.
If you are you relaying it to us what that means?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take some time to maybe like scribble that down in a notebook while everyone else is getting up into the room. The runes.
Tavlin, what are you doing?
Yeah, what you looking for, Tavlin?
There's more uniforms. Now those, you don't want to get close. Obviously, they're gonna know that you don't belong here, with your face and such.
One moment. Akron.
Yo.
I need you to stretch out as much as you can. Rip up the clothes as much as possible. Finn, make it fit him so that he's not like that. And I feel like we should all do the same thing. He can mend it after you rip
I see what you're saying.
to make it form fitting.
I can do that. I'll just start touching Akron and mending where it rips.
You see in the fabric like stretches and it reforms. He rips it again, stretches, reforms. At this point, the fabric looks like cotton that has been like spread out so thin you can actually see the color of his skin through the clothes. So it's so you see like where his muscles are. He might as well be wet, like wearing a wet t-shirt.
I mean, personally, I think if we want to, give Alrixis a distraction, we should just send you in like this, but maybe not.
That seems maybe a little too dangerous. I don't want to go in alone.
Tavlin begins handing out uniforms to those of you who don't have it. He also grabs, there's another small box filled with those insignias. And he goes, now, these are used to communicate throughout the entire prison. However, if you use it, everyone will hear you.
That's good.
So it's like a radio, like a factory radio. So if you speak, so essentially, if you speak to it, the person you're trying to speak to will hear it, but so will every single guard in the prison.
Perfect.
And we're gonna give one to Esperise.
Well, everyone's taking one.
Everyone take one. It'll be great for you and Samson later.
Yeah. Chaos.
It'll be great to know when they find us.
It helps to speak with an Irish accent as well.
Irish.
So I know.
Okay.
How do we
I was going for like Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Yeah.
He goes to another. Go ahead.
Can I try to take some time while this is happening? Because I'm just going to disguise self while everybody's like suiting up. Can I take some time to figure out how to make the ladder come back, so that Prey's family news don't have to climb down it, our ropes?
Sure. Yeah. You can do an investigation check on the mechanism.
I'm good at those. Not today.
10. What'd you get?
I was about to say I'd help you.
10 total.
Luden said he'll help you.
Yeah, I mean, like,
This is a worthy task. Ludin knows his way around investigations. 16.
And prisons.
Okay. So you notice like the rope, there was a rope that was snapped. You can kind of grab the two and pull them back, and you could have Finn use mending, or whoever has mending, to reattach it, and you can fix the metal that kind of like went over the top of that lock, if you so choose.
So I can reset it basically if I want.
Mm-hmm. You can reset it.
Okay, I do that.
You do that, and you do see the as all of the bars reappear and the ladder reforms once more.
Yeah, if I can, I'd like to, like when I'm tying those ropes together, I'd like to take either weapons that I find or maybe some daggers or something, and kind of attach them in such a way that like the trap holds that tension, because it sounds like it's a mechanical trap. That the trap is holding that tension, but it no longer has a trigger. So like the ladder can't go away unless someone were to mess with something else, right?
Okay.
So I want you to try and do that.
Do you want to just like, I have all those daggers from that dude that I took. If it's a mechanism or something like that, we can just stick one of them daggers in there and then just break it off inside of there. So then
we pull it as tight as it needs to be until it starts, and like stake the dagger in, like where like.
So there's like a mechanism with the cogs and stuff that would turn. You stick it in there, break it off, and you're good.
Yeah.
You it would be very difficult to remove it at that point. All right. Tavlin goes over to another small box and he pulls it over and he goes, just in case things don't quite work out. And he pulls out 2 superior healing potions.
Oh, lovely.
Samson and
And
probably
he hands that to you guys. He also...
Which one did you give me earlier, Esperis?
I gave you 2 superior healing potions.
Okay, so I have 3 total now?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He also hands out 2 very large globular bottles. They're glowing this kind of light aqua blue. And he kind of looks at you, Esperis, and you, Finn, and he goes, you two might need these the most. And he hands those to you. He hands you 2 potion of mana restoration. Which
what do those do?
They will restore up to 5 levels worth of spells. So you can restore 1 5th level spell, or like 1 3rd level and 1 2nd level, but it has to equal 5. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh,
I am both excited and concerned.
I am taking these.
Hey, where'd you get those, buddy? You got a friend somewhere that you got a friend that we need to meet?
You just gotta rest an hour. You'll be fine.
Well, this is a storage room.
You got any poisons?
All right.
I take the potion immediately. I now have almost all of my spell slots back. This is amazing.
I'm gonna take one of my.
The last session, I was like, just go up the ladder. Just go up the ladder. There are things waiting for you in this room. Just go up the ladder.
Let's see. Who can So we're going invisible, right?
Okay.
I don't need to be invisible, but
Let me
the rest of
switch
you.
us over.
And then
Samson, do you need to be invisible as well?
I don't have to be.
So that's 2 people that don't need to be invisible.
Whew.
Okay, I'm gonna use. Are we all prepared to go before I use this? Because, like I said, time limit starts immediately.
Yeah, I take one of the pots of super healing, so I'm back. I'm topped off, and I got 2 left, so I'm good.
I think, yeah. So, are we all gonna go find this guard and bring him back, or is just Esperis gonna do that?
My plan is that we're all gonna go. You guys are gonna wait outside. I'm gonna go talk to him, get him to come outside with me, and then we're gonna kill him outside the room. If everybody is comfortable with that.
Everybody gets a dagger. Everybody gets a sword. Everybody gets a staff.
Quiet as we can.
Yeah. I'll essentially go if I'm not out in, I don't know, 40 seconds. plan B. But you guys are perceptive. I'm not gonna be too far away.
Did that did you notice anything on that person's hand you were talking to earlier?
I assume the DM would tell me if they had a thing on their hand, but
Specialized in choosing.
did she have a mark on her hand? I assume she
I think she did.
Were you specifically looking for it? If you remember, Tavlin said it was on their palm.
Okay.
And she wouldn't have been like, hey,
Okay.
how you doing?
Wait, that's how I greet everyone. Like, hi.
But didn't she say she was going to go help Elrixis later? So that would maybe be.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say
she
that
said she's helping no Knitza.
No, Knitza. Okay, got you. All right, never mind.
My assumption was that if she did have one, then Lord would mention it. So I didn't check for one.
You know what they say about assuming.
Now,
what's your passive investigation? Yeah, your passive investigation's like an 11.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna give you the 10 gold and be like, hey, here's your third. Come here.
Awesome.
But that's fine if we can't do that. Okay.
Who's doing the invisibility?
I think a couple of people are. We have the slots now, so and everybody except for Esperise, right?
Well, Samson doesn't need it either. So
why doesn't Samson need it?
Because Samson looks like Samson.
Samson looks like a guard right now. He disguised himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of us, like, yeah, we're wearing armor, but or like we're wearing disguises, but I feel like invisibility is a little more foolproof, isn't it?
The only issue is we'd have to use greater invisibility, and if we
No, we use regular invisibility because that's the one that lasts a long time.
Greater invisibility only lasts 1 minute.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is invisibility to get over there. You guys are gonna find a nice quiet alleyway. I'm gonna bring this guy to a nice quiet alleyway, and then we're gonna kill him.
Okay.
I have invisibility.
Nice
Do we need
quiet
to use it?
Why not just bring him back here?
I don't know. I'm assuming Tav or whatever. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember his name. Tavlin would have told us where the armory is. Do we have a decent idea of what this place looks like?
Yeah, it's to the right.
Yeah, he laid it out.
To the right of
No,
what?
yeah, he said it's to the right. There, it's down the hall, and then all the way at the very end of the hall is where the freaking head of the prison is, and then the armory is right before that.
As you all are having this conversation, Tavlin looks at you all and he goes, invisibility magic's not gonna work here, friends.
Right.
So we're just gonna have to be really sneaky then.
And he's like, that's why he kind of gestures to the uniforms. You're just gonna have to be sneaky and again, avoid, unless you look like Esperise or me, avoid interacting with anyone if you can, so they'll know that you don't belong. So keep your distance.
Yeah, I make myself look like exactly like Esperise, like the guy we killed. For now, until we can see a different guard. But what we could do is Esperise could walk in front. All of you all clump up together. I'll walk 30 feet behind. So if anyone comes up from the back, they'll see me. I'll stop them, and then you guys can move on. So we'll be like front of pack, back of pack, line leader, backside, and go from there. And then then we'll all just try to be as stealthy as we can. Yeah.
Okay. Did I also change my armor to make it look like your guys's, just in case?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have to take off my armor to put this other clothes on?
What are you wearing right now?
Leather, +1 leather.
I think if they see 4 people, 2 of them human, and a furball walking around, I think the jig is up.
Should Ferraro just like use disguise self to appear smaller and what would be here?
You can look like we can triple it up right now.
I don't think we should.
Somebody just looked like Tavlin.
The one that
Oh wait, no, never
everyone
mind.
knows should
He's
be
supposed
dead.
to
Yeah, he is
I will
supposed to be
just.
dead.
What about
If
the
you want
guard
me to,
that was...
if you want me to stay here, you can look like who I am right now, because he doesn't look like himself.
Perfect. Look like that.
Hey, can you make yourself look like anybody else in there, so that I can see that and I can be somebody new?
I can do that.
Yeah,
And
real
he
quick.
snaps his fingers, and he looks like another elven woman, almost like super, almost like a moon elf, super pale, with dark eyes, like dark black eyes and sharp teeth.
I'm here for it. I make myself super moon elf.
Okay,
Snaps
both
his
of you
fingers
are
and
still
goes for.
stealthing, right? It's just that you will be attempting to look non-suspicious while you are doing so. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna walk behind to make sure that no one comes up on the group, and then so Esperise is the way, group up in the middle, and then I'm gonna walk behind, check the corners, relax, try to avoid if anyone comes up. I'm going to stall.
Esperise or Fen.
Akron, as you're standing there and you look down the hall, you notice that the door it's not like completely opaque. It's like a barred door, like a cell door almost. So you can actually see out into the hallway from where, from standing there, if you wish, if you wanted to go to the door.
Okay. I can't see anything on my screen though.
Also, real quick, welcome raiders. Hello. NPC
We have a raid?
voices. Yes.
Hello.
What's up, Rady?
Nolan P. Carter's here, yo.
Oh, thank you so kindly, NPC voices, for the raid. You've done us quite a favor here, and we appreciate it. And you get a bit of Fey luck for that. Everyone, give them some huzzah mugs, please. We're in the Fey Wilds.
Are you about to say everybody get some luck? I was like, oh,
Yeah,
thank you,
I was-
raiders.
That would be dope.
This isn't Iron Valor.
Forgot what show
Nobody
this was
loves
for a
you
second,
here.
yeah.
If you follow us right now, you'll get a bless emoji that the party definitely needs right now. They're in a dungeon crawl, and I hope somebody doesn't die tonight. It's very possible.
She didn't say she loves us.
What we ought to do is we ought to pass without trace and get out of here. So we need to get
Yeah.
going.
I think there are two things that are happening. It sounds like Akron wants to check something out. I think Akron, did you also want to do protection against good and evil? And then Luden wanted to talk to either
Yes.
Finalai or Esperise.
Yeah, give me that cloak. I don't look like nothing. I'm supposed to be here at all.
What cloak?
Elven
The cloak of
kind.
elven kind.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, I think that's what I'm wearing. Here, Luden, you can have it.
Yeah. And Luden takes it like high alert, pops that hood up, so nobody's looking at Luden.
You look
Hopefully.
really good.
That's what he'll use. You can't see me, Finn. Look somewhere else.
I love
Okay.
that we're now the sisterhood of the traveling cloak of elven kind.
Just pass it around. Yeah.
All right, what are we doing?
So yeah,
want me
you
to help
guys
you
are all
look?
being super stealthy, right?
Pass without
You
a
can't-
trace. Is that what we're doing?
You can't see at all?
We can only see.
No,
our box.
I can't. Yeah, I can't see anything. It says game pause. I see us.
Oh, we're
But that's it.
I can see the little room we're in. I can't see anything.
there's a room right here.
No, it is black. Black screen. Is it because
It's
dark
because you're.
vision?
Yeah, I mean, I can
No,
see.
because I can see too. So refresh.
Oh, hold
because
on.
mine was
Okay.
also a black
It might
screen.
just be me. Hang on.
Refresh.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
All right. I will walk behind Esperise. And as soon as everybody is ready, I will use my last second level spell slot.
What does it look like when you cast it?
Pass without a trace.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. We're invisible.
It's still kind of dark.
All right, let's see. Luden's pass without a trace is a lot less like super magical than you would think. He literally just walks up to each and every one of you and sees like what would make you stick out the most. And then afterwards, like he'll touch that part of you and it becomes super bland, but also it has his own thing of, you know how he doesn't have shadows? It fills up that place with like a little blackness and a little shadowy-ish kind of thing. He doesn't have one, so it's weird. It looks weird on him because it's like, it's black, but he doesn't have a shadow following around anywhere. So it doesn't like cling to him like everybody else does. But otherwise, it kind of just looks like y'all would be in the shade. And if everybody's ready, I'm gonna cast it, and Luden's little timer in his brain is gonna start counting down from an hour.
All right. So, do we look out the bars to just kind of see?
Yeah, I'll look.
And if so, who does?
I'll
So I
do it.
know.
I look.
I
thought
got
was
them
looking.
eyes. Akron, I got them eyes.
All right, use your eyes. I thought Esprit had the eyes.
Well, I got the long-looking eyes.
The long-looking eyes.
People are assisting you on this check. At
So
least
you
Akron is.
You go and you look out from this doorway, and you see across the hallway. There's a hallway that goes both ways, obviously. You see across the hallway, and there's a cell directly across from you. And the kind of leaning up, folding their arms in the cell, you see a very thin, chromatic blue dragonborn in tattered clothing. Looks very out of place. Burnt into his collarbone, you see a unique, looks to be some kind of symbol with kind of words surrounding it in Draconic.
Luden will
and
walk. Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Luden's gonna walk back into the room and go like, "Yo, Tavlin, what? There's a guy out there that looks like a dragon, mini dragon, and has something on. What's going on with that?"
And he hears shuffling as you're kind of looking out, and he does see both. He looks over and he sees both you, Luden, and
Akron.
And he kind of when he sees you, he kind of lifts his chin and kind of pushes himself off the wall and kind of walks over to the edge, his cell doorway.
Luden will pull Esperise out and just go and push Esperise to the front. And he will ready an action to murder this man, if need be.
He kind of
put your bow down.
I'm relaxed.
He kind of puts his hands together and kind of looks down the hallway to the left and the hallway to the right, because you guys can't see because the door's still closed, but he has a better range of view. And he walks up and he says, "You get me out of here and I won't scream."
You don't scream and we'll get you out of here.
Okay, that works. Are you gonna help us kill everybody in here to help you get out or something?
You help me, and I'll help you.
What you need, friend?
I need you to get me out of here.
We need
I'm happy to make any distraction you need, but if you get me out of here.
A distraction is cool, but we need information. We need which one of the guards has a tattoo on their palm? You know the one.
He would essentially tell you exactly what Tavlin has already told you.
Okay, we'll help you. You didn't see us right
but
now.
he gives up that information, and it does line up with what Tavlin tells you, so he isn't lying.
Cool. Yeah, Luden will just say, "Look, you'll know when things start to go down, when the distraction is hit. Just don't attack any of us. And what are your names?"
I don't know if that is relevant right now. How about when we get out, then we can do introductions.
What did you do to be placed here?
That's not really important either, is it?
Nope, not one bit.
Just wondering how much we are aligned.
Does it matter if I'm here to help you?
Just wondering how good of friends we could be. But you're right. You don't have to tell me anything.
Seeing as if you're so inclined to help me, I'm happy to share my name to let you know that I trust you.
We don't need it. It's cool. Let's go.
Don't trust us until we've held up.
There's
our
no
end of
need
the
to
bargain.
rush. It's fine. You can talk to this guy if you want, Christian. I'm not gonna.
All right,
you're okay. I'm not going to penalize you for talking to this man, this dragonborn.
Cool. Then I'm good.
What's your name?
Rogar.
Okay, that's great. We're going to let you out, and you're going to be quiet.
Wait.
And then Samson and Akron will let you know what to do next, okay?
Now you have their names. See, we trust you too.
Hey, Rugar, one question though, and we're gonna let you out regardless. What's the symbol Is somebody else looking at us right now? What's the magic on your chest?
Do the rest of you have like those of you proficient in religion know what it is right off the bat?
Well, what is it?
I'm proficient.
I'm proficient.
Or like roll for religion. Sorry.
Okay.
It'd be very easy to. It's a fairly easy roll.
I'm not proficient in religion.
And you're a cleric.
Does half proficiency count?
See how high we get.
Yeah. Awesome.
I got a 20, 22, and a nat 1.
Total of
13.
Total of
Dan-
an 8.
Samson, with your nat 1, like it's hard for you to see behind all three of these people. Like
I'm looking for some handcuffs that I can pretend to clasp on this guy, as later I'm going to pretend to escort him through.
Okay.
So I'm looking around for that instead of looking at something.
You instead of doing that, loot it. What was your
20.
with your 20? You look at that symbol, and it takes you a second. You kind of have to move your head around, like as the firelight from the torches kind of flicker, and his shirt kind of cuts down raggedy over it, and as he moves, it reveals more of the symbol. Both of you gather that is the symbol of Turi, the Lord of Dragons.
Cool. Don't gotta worry.
Daniel! And with your 22 Esperise, you notice something a little extra. There is another symbol tattooed on his arm. It's hard to make out, but it looks like that part of his arm has been mutilated, and that is whatever religious symbol is there. What was there is no longer there. It's hard to make out what was there before.
Hey, how do we get you out? Do we need keys? Or do we need to go find another guard, chop off his hand, and then let you out that way as well?
Kind of like picks up his battered, clawed hand and just kind of like waves his fingers as if to say, you're gonna need a hand.
Perfect. Okay. Did you see any guards come through either way in the past? I don't know how long. Do you know how often they come by? Do one of those guards that are patrolling these hallways have one of those things on their hands?
There's one by the armory, and there is one that does patrol the hallway. They'll be here in about 10 minutes if you wait.
Sure. So when he comes, you mind if you make a little racket or something like that? Or, I don't know, you're hungry, you have to go to the bathroom, I don't know. And he looks at you rather than looking at us as we murder him and let you out?
Why wait for 10 minutes when we could bring him now? And he picks up like a tin plate, a bent up tin plate off the floor, and he holds it against the bars, and he looks at you guys as if waiting.
Everybody ready?
Go ahead.
Tavlin, you want to get in on this too, just in case?
You guys are all like packed up in like sausages in this little hallway.
Everybody's gonna stab.
Wait. Look, friend Rogai, if you've got some patience, we've kind of got a plan to get a hand already. And no offense, but I'm not sure how many people are gonna come running if you clang that plate. You got an extra 10 minutes while we go look around?
If that's what you prefer.
Sure.
And he like holds the plate down, and he just kind of like folds his hands together.
Ludin
Although
will.
if you wait, I know that they plan to go and speak with the witch.
Ludin will take out those daggers or whatever and pass them to him, so that he has something to defend himself as well.
The door's still closed. You'd have to open it up and walk over and give it to him. Like right now, there's a hall. Like you guys are like bar door, hallway talking to each other.
Possibly the bars.
I see.
Can we open the door and go out?
Just open that door.
Yeah.
Let's go outside.
Yeah.
Let's open the door.
And I'll just tell him,
I don't know who all is coming out here, so.
But wouldn't it be a better opportunity to... Okay, go ahead, Christian. Yeah, go ahead, Luden.
Yeah, I'll just give him the daggers just in case. Like, if he's gonna be helping us and we're getting him out of here regardless, yeah, he needs to defend himself. He'll hand him 2 daggers.
You give him 2 daggers, and he kind of like puts it in the back of like, you know, like in his pants, but like in the back that you can't see. And he just kind of like casually like stands up. Much appreciated, friend.
Get you out of here.
You gotta move quick if they're gonna go talk to the witch, right?
We shouldn't.
Do I, based on the conversation I had with that lady, do I imagine it's the same thing she was talking about? With the in half an hour we're gonna do blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just going to start heading down to the armory now.
All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna take this in squads. So kind of like how we did last night. So Esperise, we'll start with you then. Is anybody going with you? Or are you going alone?
I'm going, I think, a little bit ahead. Then there's the group, and then there's Samson. Right? Is that the plan?
That's the plan.
All right, so we'll start with you then. So Esperise, you begin. I'm gonna zoom in on our map here. You begin making your way down the hallway, and
we got directions from what's his face, right? I would know where I'm going.
yeah, where those 2 guards are is where they told you the armory was. He said that there was an armory. That I believe he drew a map for you guys, and 2 guards are guarding it. One of those guards has the handprint. And you do see you do see 2, but you don't see the girl that was recognizable before, I don't believe.
Can I tell which one of them has the handprint? Has it on their...
Sure, make an investigation check.
Wait, are you sneaking or not sneaking?
Not sneaking. I'm fully disguised. I'm going to talk to them and bring them.
I don't need to be
sneaking,
within.
Right?
I'm sneaking. Who is sneaking? I just need to know
where's
because I
the-
have to stay within.
I
30
think you
feet.
guys should all stay around the corner because I'm going to bring
we're
him
all
back.
staying together. Esperise is gonna go find the guy. We're just gonna be sneaking and stealthing enough.
Yeah, you guys are following her like 50 feet behind or whatever.
But didn't Luden do pass without a trace?
Mm-hmm.
So we all have to roll stealth, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing invisibility as well?
The 4 of you are doing
No.
stealth.
Invisibility's not gonna work.
Doesn't
yeah,
work
that's
here.
right. Yeah, you're right.
So the 4 of you are doing stealth. I'm not stealth because I'm a guard,
Okay.
and I'm watching the back, and you guys are following to the north, where Esperise is way up here.
I only got an 11 on my investigation check. I'm not that smart.
One of them is just kind of like standing like this, leaning against the wall, just kind of like looks bored, but you can't see because they're holding their arms like this. The other one is just kind of like this, and their hands closed, but like if you could somehow speak to them in a way that like would make them do this or move their hand, you might be able to see. But both of them are just kind of like bored, leaning against the wall. And as you kind of approach, one of them goes, "Aren't you supposed to be I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be in Irish accent. Aren't you supposed to be guarding the storeroom right now?"
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, didn't I? I mean, yes, but did you see her earlier?
They kind of look at one another. What about her?
Do you not know?
I'd keep my voice down if I were you, lest you want to keep...
No,
and he kind of like, he gestures to the door directly down the hall in front, which is like this door over here. He kind of like gestures his eyes to that door.
Oh, it's just a thing in...
You'd be too loud and she'll come out here and end you.
No. It wasn't anything against her at all. She was just in a bit of a state. You heard that happened to Tevlin, right?
We heard. You deserved it, little mole.
Yeah.
There's someone else here that we got to get to.
Obviously, but it's kind of a complicated situation because she was, in a bit of a state at that period of time. She wanted folks who can go into the cells, or she wants you down this way, I think. She was kind of having a lot of different instructions that she wanted to go this way and that way and talk to people because, obviously she's feeling very betrayed right now. So, I don't know what you think.
So she wants what? What? What does she want?
You know what your jobs are. One of you is supposed to open the cells, right? She wants the one who can open the cell to come down with her. She wanted to have a talk with the blue guy. I usually just stick around where I employ. I don't know this particular guy's name. The one who keeps banging his tin against the wall. She wants to have a little bit of talk with him. So,
make a either deception or performance check.
I don't know anyone's name or what their jobs are. So this is hard. Okay, I'm gonna make a deception check. Okay, 21.
Okay. She wants to talk to the blue one, the Dragonborn.
Yeah,
think she's finally gonna kill him. You think she's finally gonna kill him? The other one's like, yeah, maybe she is gonna kill him.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm hoping, because the whole time when she was, taking Tatlin away, and I was there, obviously, like, he was doing this things, well, no, you can't do that, all this complaining and stuff. So, yeah, I need you to come open that up.
Well, shouldn't we wait for her to come?
Do you really want to be making her wait right now?
That's a good point. Well, I guess we can wait if she's on her way. And,
as far as I understand, and, kill me if I'm wrong, but I think we're supposed to be bringing him to her.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh, she's with the warden right now. That makes sense that she'd want to meet with him at the moment.
Yeah.
And he will she will just kind of look at him and be like, all right, I'll be right back. And she'll begin making her way down with you.
We'll pass you back in a moment. A little bit of business, sorry about that. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing, is the thing. And I'm going to send him a message while I'm talking, just point around the wall, like, we're coming around the corner, try to keep this quiet to you guys.
Do you slow down so that she can walk in front of you, or do you kind of lead the way, or
Sorry.
While that's happening, yeah, sorry.
Start
what are we doing over here?
Getting the message that's coming from Esperance. I start motioning everybody and trying to get them to come over here behind the wall where we can all wait, because he's right over there, where we can wait for them to come around the corner. We can be hidden.
I'm actually gonna pause there for a second after I send that message. No, I don't.
You pause. You turn. Do that pause, turn around thing at the corner.
Yeah, the whole thing is because she's in a bit of a state right now. We do want to make sure, I know it's very tempting because this guy is a bit of a jit, but...
Oh, you're saying that maybe we should rough him up a bit? Get him nice and bloodied like meat pulp? I think that's a swell idea.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe rip some of his scales off. That'll make him scream.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, I'm so glad we're on the same page. All right, well, if anybody's ready for a roughing up, let's go. And I'll steer her around the corner because I was speaking loudly enough that hopefully my party heard that we were right there.
Yeah, Luden, are you you're muted, Christian.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to tell everyone to go back into the room we came from and ambush when he...
Whoa, we lost him.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Luden over here!
Luden!
Christian!
Luden, no! This is not the time to stall!
Right, so what I think Luden's frozen corpse was trying to tell us is to drag him into small room.
So he doesn't make a whole lot of noise.
Yes.
Well,
I will allow you, if that's what you would like to do, you may. I just realized that the giveaway chat bot is still up, so I'm gonna turn that off real quick.
Yeah, I let them know. I'm like, that's not tonight, guys.
Sorry, forgot to turn it off. There we go.
Luden Luden, our dear Christian, has lost power. Should we go to break real quick?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Actually, yeah, it's we're gonna go to break real quick, and when we come back, we're gonna continue down this.
Esperis is gonna steer her around the corner and say, "I hope you're ready for a bit of roughing up."
That sounds perfect. And so we're gonna go to break, and we'll be right back.
Happy
New Year!
And we are back. So we jump back in as you all wait patiently. Now, did we decide on whether we were waiting in the room or in the hallway?
In the room if we can, right?
Okay, so crowd back.
So that they could, open.
I'm not going in back in the room because I'm a guard, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm walking out later.
Luden is in the room.
No, but we're gonna jump the guy in the room, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to be in the room? Who wants to be over here? Mine
Yeah, it looks like everybody else is in the room.
Well, yeah, I think.
Y'all
It's
can go
fine.
in the room. Y'all can go in the room.
Alright.
It's fine.
Be out there. Cool.
So, Esperis, you stop for a second and you say your line. You ready for a beating?
Yeah, I hope you're ready for some Irish. I hope you're ready for some roughing up. Give him a little nudge in the shoulder, like, woohoo, can't wait to beat up some prisoners. And then we head on down the hallway together. And I'm just gonna keep acting cordial until people start stabbing.
I tell you what, I've been bored out of my mind. I'm ready for something a little bit more exciting. Although I'm quite upset that I missed out on Tavlin's being thrown down that pit and being devoured by the wretch. Would love to see that.
You wouldn't believe the sound he made when he hit the ground. It's really like a... I don't know if I can do it, but something like that.
She laughs and she begins. She continues to walk. She, as she's walking, she takes her knife out and just begins to clang, clang, clang. All right, you. Up and out. Now, before we get you out here and deliver you to our very esteemed friend, we're gonna need you to put on some little bit of a pillory for transport purposes, because we know you like to do things with those fingers of yours.
I'm standing behind her at this point, and I'd like to make some kind of... I'll be in Ragnar's vision and give him a... Not with the sound, just so he knows everything's cool, don't worry about it.
He just kind of stands there, and she turns and she looks at you and she goes, well, go on. Get the pillory.
Oh, you want me to go back in there? Yeah, gotcha. I'll turn and start heading back to the room where I can sort of see where I have excellent dark vision because I am an elf. I can see that everyone is in there, right?
Yes.
I
I'm
didn't.
gonna raise my eyebrows at Luden like, right?
I'm gonna take this opportunity to go ahead and put my armor on, my real armor.
Okay.
Okay. Esperis come through the door. As soon as she comes to the door, we'll wait. I'll help her. I mean, I won't help her. I'll put the pillory like right in front of the wherever off to the side and let Esperis pick it up.
Her to come help you get the pill.
I'll just take it. And the face that Esperis is making essentially just, whenever you guys want to go. She'll start heading back with the pillory.
And she goes, nice. And, all right, stand back, you lout. And, he just leans against the wall. And she begins to raise her hand. Were you gonna say something?
When I hear that, I'm gonna draw a dagger, but I'm gonna like hold it in my hand and like keep it up against my forearm, real easy, real smooth, like yeah, like got it hidden.
I'm gonna subtle spell prepare magic missile at 3rd level.
I'm gonna change my bow from a bow to a sword and pull out both short swords.
Okay. She begins, as you are all doing this, she begins to raise her hand, and she places it against where a lock would be, and you do see like this tattoo on her hand. And she places it against the it's not metal per se. It's like it's almost like a very slick like if magic was a metal itself. As if magic was melted down and compressed until it formed a solid, that's what it is. And she places her hand upon this blank space where the lock would be, and there's a ripple, like a pulse, and the door disappears, and the magic kind of like shimmers down, and she goes, "All right, go put it on him. I'll make sure he doesn't get out, just in case."
When I hear the magic, I'm gonna stroll around the corner like I belong here, and I'm gonna start walking. I'm gonna start casually walking as all that's happening.
I will wait until Samson gets to them to jump out and stab.
You begin coming down this hallway, and she kind of like stops and looks at you, and she goes, "Aren't you supposed to be in the library?"
Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking towards like this direction, and like I'm gonna give her a quizzical look as Esperise moves by holding that magic missile, and then I'm just gonna put the dagger in her neck, just like
okay.
As quickly and softly, as quietly as I can, dagger in the throat, try to cut the vocal cords immediately.
All right. Roll to hit with advantage for the surprise attack. And I believe that's flanking.
Can't be that bad, right? That would be a 16 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll your critical damage. 4.
It's just a dagger. It's a +1, so it's a 17 to hit. So
20 total damage on magic missile as that is happening, which is just immense feelings of shame overwhelm her as she's being stabbed in the throat.
Do I go ahead and get my attacks off as well?
It would be 10. 10 with a crit.
She's dead before your arrow.
Oh no, that was. Oh, and I got a crit as well. I cut off her head.
Can you send just your arrow straight through her wrist and her hand just like flops?
Yeah,
this is with my short sword, y'all. Like this is with the Archbane as a short sword, so I'm cutting.
We'll say first we got Samson who comes in and just shoot right into as she tries to scream and like
I cover.
And like, but she can't because it's in her vocal cord. She tries to scream, and you're holding the knife, and then Esperise just kind of like comes from behind and just envelops her with these magic missiles that just begin to sear into her skin and burn at the burn like embers. And she just like her face just kind of droops and like she's seeing the fear of death. And then and then as the life already leaves her eyes, Luna comes up from behind and just cuts her arm off, and it just hits the floor, and she just limp into your arm, Samson.
And
Finn,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'd like to slip out and try to. Are you doing anything with the body? Because I'd like to drag it and maybe try to throw it down the grate.
Yeah, we can. Finn and I drag the body out. I help. We pull the body.
Luda picks up the hand and walks. Actually, just puts it in the bag of holding. Yeah, why not? Now we got a hand key, and we can all walk back inside.
And we'll look at Reese too in her mind. Are you gonna clean up the blood too? All right.
As the team disposes of a body, Prey
Rogar
squeezes Akron's arm.
Wait, say that again, man.
It just as the team disposes of a body, Prey just kind of squeezes Akron's arm like, I know. It's.
Oh yeah. No, Akron, like before all of this went down, he was like, he had his armor up. He was like taking a stance, like he was prepared to move, and then everything happened before he could like even do anything, and he's just kind of like just kind of watching it, like with a little astounded at the efficiency with which like Finn just rushes out and scoops up the chest, and then Samson grabs the legs and they pull the body inside, and Luden runs out and grabs the hand and stuffs it in the bag of holding and just runs on inside and closes the door behind him, and then they shove the whole thing, like just the efficiency with which all of it happens.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah,
they move at a
oiled
precision
with
of a
blood.
dance.
Akron's just looking at it like all of it's just like well over his head. He's like,
When Finn and I go to drop this body over, we open the grate, we throw the body down, it hits. As we come back up, Finn would see Samson's form changes from whatever guard he was before to the guard we just dropped down. I replicate that form and come up and cover all the blood that's on me in its entirety. And then I look at Finn in the face, and I wipe a little bit of blood off of his cheek, and I prestidigitate all the blood off of him that he got on him while we were dragging the body.
Samson, you're so cool.
I don't say anything to Finn. I just keep going.
Rogar begins walking towards the cell door, and he goes, "I'd clap, but I don't want to draw any more attention."
Rogar, can you
Very
look like
well
any
done.
guard in here? Any guard.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Luden whispers, "Can you look like any guard in here?"
You watch as the runes, he walks outside of the cell, and the runes fade completely into darkness, and he just kind of looks at his hands for a moment, and he smiles, and he snaps his fingers, and he looks completely different now. He looks like an elf, but he looks like a man of authority. He has 2 badges, much taller, long black hair. And he looks at you all. Let's get moving along. Don't want to put you back in the cells now, do we? And he just kind of winks.
Best be moving along, correct? Luden will ask everyone else. So now we have a hand. He'll gesture to the hand, and he'll ask, "Are you guys prepared to do your distraction thing? And we can go ahead and look for the family."
Why don't you give us maybe 120 seconds to get over to the cells to be in that area? Then you start raising distraction? Just so we're not caught up in the crowd running towards you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go secure the cells first. Let's head that way. Yeah?
Tavlin just kind of leans around the corner looking at you, Samson, and he's like, "Should he really be looking like the warden?"
Yep.
If he's coming towards the cells with us, it'd be a really good excuse.
He's coming.
Make sure they don't open their eyes. If the warden sees himself, it's gonna be a problem.
But now it's all right. It'll be good when we take Akron to go make a distraction later.
Well,
Let's go find this.
Okay.
Let's go find the cells now.
Yeah. Akron seems visibly uncomfortable.
All right, so what are we doing? Where are we going?
Asbury sort of shared everything she heard in that earlier conversation about she's right down there kind of thing that the two were talking about, just in case any of that is newish information.
All right, Luden, wherever he is, his hood is up and he is in the middle of the whole party.
Before everyone leaves, sorry. Inspiration for Luden, Esperis, and Samson.
Thank you. We know where the prison where they're being held, right?
How are you giving us inspiration? Are you flexing at us?
No, I'm making sure you don't die.
She's
it's
asking, how are you going to do it?
Oh, how am I going to
inspiration?
sorry.
For being so mean.
My bad.
Describe how you give us inspiration. Fuck you, I'm kidding.
Fuck you, don't die. That's how. No. Shoot. Yeah. So he will begin to kind of move his hands around and like let his armor kind of conjure, and he'll look at each one of you and he'll say, I pray you don't need this, but for the silent, and he'll like tap each one of you, and a little seedling will appear on you, and it'll look like a little brooch for and is that what it's called, or a corsage or brooch? Yeah, it looked like a little brooch as it'll like kind of grow on you, and it'll just kind of stay there. And it'll tap each one of you, and it'll give you each a D8.
Nice. Cool. All right, do you all make your way to the cells?
Yeah, we know where those are, right? They're to the south.
Yeah, they're to the south.
Okay.
Stealthy boy. So I will roll my stealth.
Let's establish stealth.
Let's do like a convoy now, right? Let's do Esperis and Samson as guards. Let's do the warden, and then someone walking in front of one of us, like pretending to be a guard, someone we captured in the commotions in the sewers.
Okay, I'll be the guy you captured. That's fine.
So I've got Akron's hands like tied behind his back like this, you know, and I'm just holding him as tight as I can. We got the warden, we got 2 guards, we got a prisoner, and then we got Finn, Prey, and Luden walking behind us. We're squatted.
I'm walking near the middle of the pack, so more so probably like right behind you and Akron, because everybody has to stay within 30 feet of me for this to work. So if we get too far separated, this ain't gonna work. But yeah, that works.
All right, you guys all make your way into the room. You guys will go ahead and move yourselves in there. I will tell you what you see. As you enter the main prison cell chamber, and you see that the wall is lined with 9 prison cells. You count 8 individuals, each strung up in a pillory. Those steel rings connected to chains leading up to the ceiling, each set at a level too low to stand without holding the weight of the pillory, and too high to sit. You see all 8 furbogs are badly bruised and bloodied, and they're all unconscious. You notice the chemical smell coming off of them, their hair and skin kind of dried with blood and that green. And that's all that you can tell at this distance. But you directly notice Prayaria, that your mother and Gwyn are not present among them.
The 2 most important ones.
It's okay. We get what we can.
Okay. Luden pulls out the hand.
Outside of that, sorry, the room itself is ghastly. A stone table with holes draining into the channels that fill glass bottles, another table with a mortar and pestle surrounded by small surgical supplies for precise acquisition. The door leading into this room is noted with bars like the one in the storage room where you can see through the bars, and you notice a door across the way that is unlike any other. It's large and rusted and black. And there are trails of blood leading from the cells in and out of that room. And you see dark, smudged handprints on each side of the door frame leading into that room.
Is that this one across from the cells? This door over here? And that Samson's in front of?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the, yeah.
Luden will
Which way
to everyone to...
What's that door made out of?
Iron.
Which way does it open? Into this room and into the other room?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a freestanding door where it swings both ways. I don't know if that really matters.
It does. I look at the hinges. Fire code would say it goes out, but It's like so you can leave, but like I don't know how closely Elrixis and her prison are adhering to like housing codes.
I would
Or
say
if-
it's a
So it looks like it opens both ways,
yeah.
like a restaurant door.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. Okay.
While we're doing all of this, Akron's gonna walk over to Luden, and he's going to he's just gonna tap him on the shoulder and cast protection from evil and good on him. And it's first level spell. It's concentration, and it's gonna he casts it, and it's similar to the inspiration. It's another little it's another little brooch, or only it kind of like blends in with the inspiration. So it's like two flowers, and they kind of like intertwine a little bit, like into like a larger bloom. Yeah, nothing too gaudy though, you know.
Luden will just nod at Akron and then walk over to Finn, still like with his finger over his mouth, and then go to each and every one of them. And then Luden, knowing that he can, if seen, will like screw up this whole plan, is going to try and slink into the shadows in a corner somewhere or near a wall. So he is out of vision if when Finn starts talking to them, they open their eyes, they will not see Luden. And my stealth check was a 38. So I'm going to sit there.
You do begin to hear your father begins to stir, and he groans as he just kind of he's almost barely recognizable. Like his eyes are like underneath his eyes, his cheeks are very swollen, and he begins to just kind of like.
So before he lifts his head, he will hear Finn's voice in his mind. Don't be startled. I'm with your daughter, Prioria. And we're here to help you, but you can't open your eyes. Please keep them closed.
Yeah, I wanna know what Prioria is doing, seeing her family now for the first time.
She hasn't done anything. She's just stood there, stock still. And the look on her face, it's like she's not seeing the room. And there's like a very harsh energy building up around her, like the arms of hate her, but not quite. Like she doesn't exactly have control right now.
Apparently you're also a little quiet, Reyna. Chat says.
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Esri says nothing she can add to the scene, so she will just be near to Prioria, not all up in her space, just around.
Echo will give her arm a little squeeze, the same way she did for him earlier.
When you start. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, she'll just give a start and look at him.
They're okay. They're alive. And we're gonna get them out.
Her throat working like she's trying to speak, and there's nothing. And then she'll just kind of nod.
He suddenly feels very bad that he didn't save an inspiration for you.
As you speak into his mind, Finali, it's hard. It's almost instinctual, as his eyes begin to flutter open slightly. But then he looks at the wall, like he looks to the right, like he's just kind of hanging there, and he's looking to the right. He's not looking in the direction outside to where you are for a moment. And as he hears you tell him to close his eyes, he immediately closes his eyes. But when he does open them, you do see that his eyes are this bright glowing, almost like pink color. And they're kind of bloodshot.
Ludin will walk past Prey now that the dad knows not to do anything. And he'll not really place the other hand, the cut off hand, in her hand, but walk her forward, grab her hand and pull her forward, and unlock the. He will hold.
Now, I'm gonna put my ear to that door that I'm right beside. Can I hear anything happening in there? On the door
yes.
that has the bloody hands?
Oh, yes. You most definitely hear things. You hear... Shink. 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 Shink.
So I'm gonna obviously everything we say is through message. I'm gonna message everybody individually and say, if she comes out here and they're gone, she's gonna know. Now's the time for the distraction.
Message
She'll come
back.
out.
We can't be in here when the distraction happens. She'll be able to see all of us.
I'll have to hide, I guess.
Where?
Can she be hidden from? On our way in here, was there like a closet or a room or any kind of space off the side in the hallway?
Oh, yeah, there's an Iron Maiden right there.
All right, Lauren.
You want to get inside?
Not in this room, but just outside of it, so that when she leaves, we can move back into the space. Or no?
No, there really isn't. There's a doorway, but Tavlin would have told you that doorway, the north doorway leads into the barracks, and the west doorway leads into a hallway. You could maybe hide in the hallway.
I bet you guys could all go get in this bottom left cell. Well, there's a wall right there that like blocks line of sight. I bet you could all like get up on the backside of that wall because it's gonna be loud, right? We're gonna make a ruckus. She's probably gonna run and not be looking because this is not where the
No, this one
is.
over here. I think he's talking about this one.
I was talking about that one.
Are we not planning on taking everybody out and then making the distraction for the two inside? I thought that was the...
No, we're trying to...
No, the plan the whole time was to make the distraction to get her to leave the area so that way we can get everyone out. Because if we only get these out, she still has those two. And it's going to be harder to get them out.
I think
Danny's right. We intended to get all of them first, but now that we're here, it doesn't seem like that's possible. Not without alerting her first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if she moves through this space and they're all gone, she's not going to leave the other two.
Well, yeah, but I thought the plan was always to use the distraction to get her to leave.
Well, I think
now
we didn't have the layout.
Now we can.
Yeah.
So now if we go make the distraction, she might leave, and then we can bail. The other option is we bust in there now and kill her immediately. But I think, if we're looking at the people and the safety of the family, distraction time is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ludin will take Prioria's hand and pull her to this cell, and he will, the one he'll put the hand up there, unlock it, and let them inside. He will motion for Finn if Finn's coming or already over there.
Right.
And then I will hide just back there as well and close the thingy or the cell with the hand, and then get down on my stomach in like a corner, like a little way.
All right.
I'm gonna clap Akron on the shoulder as I grab his hands like I was before. We'll look at the warden, message and say, "Let's go."
Let's do this.
Going to, even though I know it only lasts for a minute, just when I hear her start coming out of the room, I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility on myself and on Finn, just so we have advantage on our stealth check with the +10, because neither of us are that great at it.
Thought we had Pass Without a Trace. We did.
We do have the +10, but she is also a final boss. So if we roll a 15, that's not going to be good enough. So and I have those extra spell slots from the potion, so I can do it.
Before they leave, Ludin's gonna run over to actually unlock the big thing and run back over to Samson and Akron, and he's gonna break off 2 pieces of the pie or whatever and give it to him, and he's just gonna look around and go like, and he's just gonna mouth, "We're gonna get them out. We don't need. This is a 83 extra hit points, so just in case things go really bad, eat it."
I'm gonna put the mushy pie in my pocket.
Yeah, and he's gonna run back over to the
pie pocket.
I'm gonna wrap it in a big leaf.
All right, and now I will.
So this is the warden. Is he with you?
I've got Akron. I've got Akron's hands, and he's walking beside me, and we are heading that way. We're heading away, and we are going to. We know the layout pretty well. We're gonna go wherever there are the most people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
the most people would be in here.
Not necessarily the most people. We're just going like far away from.
As you guys begin walking down that way, you hear footsteps approaching from the hallway.
Well, real fast before we enact anything, as a character who has True Sight doesn't let you see through walls, right?
No.
Okay, so we can hide from her. It's just if she in any way, if we are in her field of vision and we're invisible, it won't do anything. What we are trying to do right now is possible, right? Even though she has True Sight.
Yes.
Okay.
She would have you would have to fail on. I mean, she would have to walk over there and stuff, or
okay,
you would have to fail on stealth.
I just wanted to check to make sure she didn't have X-ray vision and we were hiding her.
She doesn't have tremor sense and she doesn't have X-ray vision.
Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to check before we established it too hard.
You hear those footsteps coming down the hallway. Akron, what do you look like?
He looks like Akron.
Yeah, I mean, I look like me. I'm wearing my armor. I've probably got it like very overgrown on me. It's got like a little makeshift hood out of like vines and leaves and stuff that's over my head, and it's just like a big old ghillie suit. I look more like a tree than a person.
He walks over and he looks at you. Oi, who the fuck is this? And where's Mia?
Who's Mia? The moon elf lady?
No, you are the moon elf lady, right?
Yeah.
You have no idea who he's talking about.
Oh.
So with your passive investigation of 17, you're gathering it's the one you just murdered.
Okay. So I ignore the Mia question. I'm walking with the warden. I don't stop. Not gonna address them. It's like, new prisoner, taking him in. And then I try to mimic her voice as best as I can. And then I keep walking past, and the warden's with me, and we are looking like we're on a mission. And we're gonna pretend like this guy's not important because he's not.
You turn around, and it looks like you as you kind of turn around, like as if to gesture to the warden. Stepping out from behind that corner, you see that you're not with the warden anymore, but you're with Mia, the one that you just killed. And he looks at you. Sorry about that. I was taking care of another prisoner, but we're fine now. Shall we return to our duties?
No, I gotta take this one over to the warden.
And he looks at you and he's like, no prisoner. How'd you get in? You'd have to pass me in order to.
I'm a little busy, okay?
I reach out and like swipe at him.
Oh, I try to hold him back. I try to fake hold him back, but I let him go. I let him go a little bit, and I try to rein him back in.
Yeah, and then I like jerk out at him and like a little bit.
And he's just like, ugh. And yeah, you guys continue walking past, and he looks at Mia, and he's like, and he looks back in, he's like, "Where's the Dragonborn? I thought you were bringing him in."
Oh, he's getting tested on. You see, thought we might rough him up a little bit before. So I took him to Nognitsa.
And he just kind of nods. All right. Let's get back before...
You know, the witch, she's here. If you're not at your post, we're both gonna get in trouble, and I don't want to fall for something stupid you've done.
And they continue walking this way. And he's gonna return all the way over here.
He comes.
They're gonna go all the way back to this
going.
spot over here.
How far down do you want to go?
I think we are. This looks like a battle room. What's down here?
What's in here?
Yeah, what's in this big long room?
This main room that you're walking in is completely lined with hanging braziers and statues lining the entire wall all the way up to these like front very large black mold eaten doors that are kind of chained together with various metals. You see statues of Elrixis just lining back all the way to the front door.
Okay.
Is that the front door to the prison?
Might be.
Could I? We got a map. We got a map from the guy earlier. Might I gather that is?
Yeah. He would have mentioned that to you. At this point, as you guys are just kind of standing there, one of the guard that is just kind of like, "You gonna go in or not?"
We go in. The door that this person gestured to.
Which would be this door.
Yeah, we go in there. We open it. We go in there.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes.
You open the door and you see, like in mid conversation, you see the warden that was disguised beforehand, and another figure, 7 feet tall and towering, a creature of a woman. She's covered head to toe with a fungal growth seeping from her slimy skin. A variety of colorful fungi decorate her, mixed with snake-like appendages that whip to and fro from her skull. Shelf-like fungi layered down the side of her shoulder like pauldrons, morphing into vibrant crimson fungi that wrap around her slender body into ribbon wisps of mushroom gills that trail behind her. She is both beautiful and hideous, like a gorgon, with long, sharp fingernails that originate from no fingernail bed, but form into dark claws, and her eyes are without pupil, pale and yellow, and she turns her head ever so slightly, and her eyes just pierce and glare. And as she takes 2 steps forward, looking down at you two, and spores just kind of spew back from her, and mushrooms begin to pop along the walls, and this black mildew begins to seep out from underneath her skirts up the sides of the walls, and a darkness begins to kind of glow from her. And she leans over you two.
I think you need to learn how to be patient.
She glares down at you as you kind of like stand up staring back at her, and the warden just kind of stiffens his back looking at you. She looks back at the warden. Do you not know how to control your guards? Do they not understand respect? The warden begins to like turn very pale and sweating slightly.
My apologies. I promise you they will be dealt with in the harshest severity. Please, mistress, let me handle this for you.
She kind of like leans back.
That would be a punishment far too light, don't you think?
He kind of like stops for a moment. Do you guys say anything? Do you do anything?
Ackley kind of, as he kind of cowers seeing her. Again, like his face is kind of covered because his armor's kind of overgrown on him right now, but he is like freaking out. And even just being that close to her, like his armor starts to kind of match her, like the rot and the mushrooms and stuff start to kind of like grow and seep over his armor. So like the closer that she gets, like the aura kind of gets on him a little bit. He just like cowers back as he feels this. He just like cowers back, and like you might feel him like bump up against, if he's standing in front of you, Samson, you might feel him like press up against you as he's just like leaning back away from her.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out an acorn, and I wrap Akron around the chest, and I drop disguise self into my normal form, as Elrixis has not seen Samson Martis in years, I assume. And I'm gonna smile at her. I'll wink. I'm gonna touch the little button that Akron's wearing, the radio. I'm gonna say, "It's a pleasure to see you again. I think the Queen's in danger, everyone. To the warden's office." And then I'm going to reach out. I'm gonna take the other dagger and I'm gonna throw it at her face, if I can.
Roll the hit.
We got this, Akron. I believe in us.
What? No.
That's gonna be 25 to hit with advantage.
Yeah, that hits.
That's the definition of a distraction right there.
She takes, with a crit, it's not a lot. It's 8 points of damage. As the dagger from Samson Martis goes from his hand and hits her in the shoulder, just sticks in. As hopefully everyone in this entire prison heard.
She is going, as she sees as you drop your form, she is going to
Can I
just no. This is narration at this point, because everything past this is gonna be in initiative.
Okay.
She just screams and like looks down at you. You're not where you're supposed to be. Ah! And screams as the dagger hits her right in the face. And at that point, yes, we'll need to roll initiative. I think it's too late to have this battle. I think we're gonna have to end here.
Can we jump to the other room of what happens, maybe?
Yeah. We're definitely gonna have to end this here, and then we're gonna finish up with what you guys are doing.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Distraction.
Wait, are we ending the
success.
session here, or are we ending what they're doing here?
We're ending what they're doing. We're about to end the session though,
Okay.
because this fight is gonna take a while.
Yes.
But we're
what were they doing while we were doing all that?
What were you guys doing while that?
Well, we can't
Definitely
do
not having a
anything.
heart attack over shit we can't see. So
Like, I feel like we can't do anything until Samson says all that stuff. So like,
We're fully waiting for Elrixis to come out before we do anything.
Well, I know what we'll do here. So you guys enter this cell, and you just you're standing there. You're waiting for a moment, and you do see, there is a very small hole of rock just kind of formed together up in the corner of this cell. And if someone was to boost you up, you would be able to see into the room, if you so wished.
But we're also watching, real quick, we're also watching to make sure everybody, when they wake up, we want to relay that message to them as soon as they wake up. So Finn, that's what Finn's doing, primarily keeping eyes on everyone in the cells.
Okay.
I fly up to look at the thing. I think
inside.
I'm still invisible at this point because I was preparing for Elrixis to come out.
And we'll say you're able to just kind of like peek your head in. It's very small, and you look inside the room, and you see that without a doubt, as you kind of look around in this room, that this room is the portrait of its creator, the nightmare mother of hags. You are immediately hit, even from this small hole, with that sickeningly sweet smell. But underneath that is the scent of burnt hair and rust. And you see a large cauldron kind of bubbles and roils next to a table peppered with bottles and vials. And you see a mechanism twirling round and round and round, and a dark substance kind of swirls around in it, with a massive book that's left open upon the desk with various herbs kind of bunched to the side, organized and pristine. Unsettling in this dark, monstrous place. You see vats of all kinds along the sides of the far wall, but most importantly and most strikingly, there's this 2 massive glass chambers in the center of the room. They dome out like bubbles in swamp water and cast dim green lights all around them. And floating inside each, you see a small child furbog and an adult female furbog floating unconscious, aimlessly in the fluid. You see vines coming out from the bottom of this bulbous orb under the skin of each of them, pulsing outward back down into the base. And there's a spigot on one side of each of the glass chambers with 2 large bottles still dripping down into each. Drip, drip. Standing in front of the large book, grinding and chopping ingredients, the mother of hags floats a mere inch above the floor, her toenails kind of scratching against the stone as she bobs up and down. A long pink-stained gown flowing on a sourceless breeze. Orbiting around her head like a crown, you see bloodshot eyeballs. They twitch and spasm occasionally as they move around her skull. And her skin sags from the bones beneath like worn leather. It's reddened and raw, nearly mistaken as strings of muscle, and wiry hair cascades down her back, and every so often, as she runs her hands through her hair, a small clump of it comes out and hits the floor. And you smell that rot and that must. That's what you see in that room.
we see her leave when she hears the call of the warden attack?
She doesn't hear anything yet. But
I'm
would you
relaying
like
this
to?
information via message to everyone else in this.
Yeah, I was like, would you like to react to that?
I'm gonna say for Praeria, I do not say there's a child floating in a pool of blood. I say they're both there. They appear to be alive. She's doing her experimentation. The other people get that. There's these fucking cauldrons with bodies in them. Praeria gets a slightly less graphic version. I don't know how much that helps her mood, but they're in there. They appear to still be alive.
It's helpful. It's helpful. Bar stealth, yep.
Okay. Luda doesn't say anything. He reacts on the inside, but he is 100% just on full alert. He's not really saying anything. He's just looking around, like waiting for the signal.
All right. At this point, you hear telepathically screaming through your head, "The Queen's in trouble!" And at that point, you hear loud, it takes just like a hair of reaction, but like there are clangs of and you hear footsteps running down the hallway. You hear a and then you hear a kind of like a snap and like a you never hear a door open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking through that little hole. I don't have to go down to talk to people. So
Okay. You watch as she just kind of like and she just disappears.
Time to go. Go now. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Ludin.
as Ludin, as you move, I'm guessing
fair.
you're looking.
Yeah, he's
No. Yeah.
She like left.
Well, no, you look around and she's standing in the middle of that room now, and she's just like,
Wakey, wakey. Mother needs her eyes while she's away.
and she flicks her fingers and the eyeballs twitch, and you just kind of like peeking around the corner, but you watch as all of them just kind of like their eyes just flip open. Praeria, your father, he kind of turns like against his will, and he's held there, and their eyes are snapped open. And she goes,
Very good. I don't like it when you all sleep. You must be awake. Sleep numbs the pain.
and you watch as she begins to slowly float out that doorway towards the chaos that is now going to be ensuing to where Akron and Samson are. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Okay, now we're gonna hold before we just end it. We are still hidden, correct?
You are still hidden at this point.
I would not have said time to go if I knew she was still in the room. I thought she just fully teleported out.
I understand that.
It's time to go.
So there's no worries there. No worries there.
Okay.
That is where we're gonna end tonight's session. Let me thank all of our new followers. Let me go back here. Thank you, Mac, for the resub. Tier 2, subscribe for 14 months. NPC Voices with the rate of 11. Lowery 6850 for the follow. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoyed this terrifying roller coaster that is going that is happening right now. If you enjoyed our show, you can come back and join us every Monday for more Fate's End at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesdays, we also have our Iron Valor show, where we play Wizards of the Coast modules. We are currently playing through The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Deanna runs that game. You could also see Danny and Raina in that game as well. You can join us on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Iron Valor is also a great game. If you, the audience, want to give the players luck, if you want to curse the DM, you can also bless the party as well. So it's a very interactive audience game. If you want to play with us on Wednesdays, that is Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Other than that, we hope you enjoyed the show this evening. We are going to send you on a raid. Until next time, somebody might die next episode, guys. Somebody might die next episode. I'm very concerned.
She said it on screen.
There's no way that could ever happen. We are in a perfect situation. I don't think it's even possible. Brandon's stunned.
Brandon's like, well,
Brandon's like, it's probably going to be two
What's
people.
my third character going to be?
I think we're in as good a spot as we could possibly be. I don't think there is.
You've got two terrifying monsters heading your way. We're going to talk about this in the after show. Dylan, why don't you send us on, please? We're going to find somebody to raid.
It's two on two.